behind him. Tarek, your first question, sir.
I'm going to start with the Mr. Olympia, Hadi Choopan. There's a lot of expectations. Derek Lunsford is on the rise. Samson Dauda won the Arnold Classic. And there's a lot of hype on those two guys. And my question to Hadi is, what does he have to say about the people that think he's not going to repeat the title?
به نام خدا سلام عرض میکنم خدمت همه عزیزانی که اینجا هستن. خوشحالم که اینجا و با شما رو میبینم. همونجور که میدونید توی قانون جنگل که بریم فیلها گنده هستن اما شکارچی نیستن. شیرها هم ابهت دارن اما همیشه همسراشون براشون شکار میکنن. اما یه گرگ همیشه درنده و شکارچیه. شما با یه شکارچی رو فردا و پس فردا خواهیم دید.
He said, first I want to greet all the fans, all the audience here and the Olympia organization for having me here. And second, he says I'm a wolf and I'm here to do the hunting. So I don't scare of any lions or elephants.
He is indeed a wolf, but is he a wolf in sheep's clothing, Derek Lunsford?
Listen, you have to respect the champion, of course, you know. So he's a fighter, you know, he makes me work harder and brings the best out of me. And I'm here to show a much improved version of myself. This year is 2.0 version.
Derek 2.0, that should be something to see. That's for sure. Fuad Abiad.
Yes, sir, Bob. My question's for Samson. Hey.
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah. Stay out of this. Samson, you have a rubber match of sorts with Nick Walker and him being out of the show. You know, he beat you at the Olympia, you beat him at the Arnold, and people were kind of waiting to see that third matchup. So what does it mean to you that Nick is not able to compete? Is it a sore spot for you that you're not able to get to go up against him again this year?
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for having me here and for all of you guys for being here. It means a lot to see so many people support this sport. It's such a great thing to see, and I really want to say thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting this sport the way you do. To Fuad and your question, I mean, honestly, me and Nick have gone way back. You know, I remember when he won the Arnold, and I messaged him and I asked him, look, do you want to have a training session? And he called me all the way from Tampa, and I've tried all the way from London to just come train with me. He showed me how to train my back. Nick has always been a great support to me, and that was just over just a year ago. And I was so looking forward to having him on stage and us sharing the stage again together this weekend. And to find out the news of what happened to him, it's a sore spot, man. It makes me feel really hurt. And honestly, I truly wish him a speedy recovery, and I hope we get to do this again real soon. So, Nick, if you're out there, I'm praying for you, buddy. Get well soon.
Well, Samson, you're a name that's certainly been at the front of the Olympia predictions this year from not only our celebrity experts, but, of course, experts around the world. And we know there's a whole bunch of them. They say you got the size, you got the shape, you got the symmetry, but you've got to have the conditioning. I asked your buddy Fuad earlier, how's he look? Fuad said, I don't know. He hasn't sent me any pictures. So the question is, do you have the conditioning?
Well, as you guys can see through my history, I have a thing of shocking people every time I walk up on stage. And I have a very good thing of transforming my physique in a very, very short time. So we're going to see the surprise tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
All right.
Sean. Derek, you won the USA's. You won the 212, and then you went and guest post for Jim Mannion, and everybody saw you coming at that stage. We saw you in the off season, bigger, bulkier, chunkier, and everyone, especially me, was telling you to go in the Open Olympia, and you went in there and you came this close to knocking off Big Hottie. What have you done differently to try to get that title, because you're so close?
Well, I got the feedback from last year on why I took second place because there were first place votes. It was very, very close. You know, by a coin toss, could have went either way. But, you know, he had the victory last year. I took the feedback and the critiques on what I needed to do to my physique, and I just went back to the drawing board, and I went back to the gym, and I trained hard all year. I worked with my coach, Hani Rambaugh. This is our third year working together, and he and our relationship in terms of coach-athlete and also our personal relationship has grown tremendously, so we understand each other better. He understands me, and he knows my body now much better, and I execute the plan. So, but at the end of the day, you have to have passion and love for this. You got to want to be in the gym, and you got to love this. So I live it every single day, and I just want to be the best, absolute best version of myself. So regardless of who's I'm standing next to, I'm only focused on me and the opportunity that I have.
All right. Seven-time Olympia champion, Phil Heath. Phil, I'm sure you got a whole myriad of questions, but you look like we got a couple empty spots up here, buddy, in case you want to.
The reason why I'm standing up is because I can't just be sitting in the seat next to Sean.
Well, Sean takes up a lot of room,
Oh, man.
you know, I mean.
But one of the things that I've noticed this entire time is that no one is staring at that. What you all need to do is stare at that. You, especially you and you need to be staring at this. If you're not staring at this, why are we here? Think about it. So when you're asked these questions and stuff, there's names on that damn title. Every person who has won the Open is on that title. History is made here. So I got a real question. Hadi, is anyone else's name going to be on there? Or is it just going to be your name going to stay on there?
خب فیلس تو خودت چندین بار این قهرمانی رو تکرار کردی، میدونی حس من الان چیه و کامل بیشتر از خیلی ها که کارشناسی کردن میتونین منو درک بکنین. خیلی از قهرمانان یه دوربین گرفتن برای یوتیوب رفتن تمرین کردن، ولی من امسال تمام وقتمو گذاشتم برای استاندو تمرین کردم و امسال تکرارش میکنم.
Phyllis, you have done this before and you repeat this champion many times before, so you can understand my feeling. Maybe other people, they train and went and posted many videos on YouTube for YouTube, but I have been trained hard and try to improve myself, and I'll repeat it again for sure.
And when you go to your own country, you're a little bit more respected, you get more love, like Hadi and Big Ramy, the country gets behind them. What would it mean to you to win that title and take it back over to England?
I mean, from England, we haven't had an Olympian champion since 1997. The Dorian Yates, the Shadow, the man himself. So you can only imagine how hungry we've been years after year watching it and not have someone to be at this position to be able to challenge for it. And I know the support I'm getting from all the people in the UK right now. And with that much support behind you, how can you not deliver? So tomorrow, I'm going to say it right now, this weekend, my name is going on that trophy.
I'll tell you what. When you got the name Sandow on that, the name of Samson, if you're going in history, is not a bad name. They had Sandow there. Fuad.
I'm just curious from Hadi. Need him to give me a name of somebody that he thinks is going to challenge the most for that title.
برای من هیچ وقت هیچ کسی احساس خطر نمیتونه بکنه، چون که من همه زحمت‌ها رو کشیدم، همه کارا رو هم پیش بردم، هیچ چیزی هم کم ندارم. این گفته‌ها همه امروز از تخیلات و ذهنیتیه که ما بدنسازا داریم به خودمون میگیریم، اما همه چیز روز مسابقه روی سکو 100% تغییر میکنه. من روی سکو خودمو نشون میدم، ادعایی ندارم.
So I'm not afraid of anyone here, so I cannot give you any name. And I did my best. I did work out really hard. I don't have any weakness. so I don't have any weak points. So, and I'm coming to defend my title, and I will win it for sure next time.
و شان تو همیشه کوچکتر از همه بودی روی سکو، چرا که همیشه دوم یا سوم میشدی. گندگی هیچ وقت روی سکو مثل المپیا دلیل نمیشه.
Sean Ray, usually you were the smallest person on the stage, but that doesn't mean.
بزرگی عضلات هیچ وقت روی سکو
Size, it doesn't matter. So for sure, definition and other stuff.
باید
will be-
زیبا باشی، کامل
You
باشی.
need to be static and complete.
ما بدنسازیم و قوی ترین مردان نیستیم که بخوام بریم وزن اضافه کنیم.
We're bodybuilder. We're not strong men, so to go and put a weight on.
و ما باید بدنسازی رو به زیبایی ببریم.
We need to drive the bodybuilding to the static and beautiful shapes.
اون کسی بیشترین زحمت رو کشیده که عضلاتش رو به اوج فیبر برسونه و رژیمش رو دقیق گرفته باشه. این نیست که فقط یه سایز بزرگی رو بیاری روی سکو و ادعا کنی من بزرگترم، من بهترم. تعداد عضلات رو بشناسی. من میتونم عضلات سینه‌م از خیلی گنده ها بیشتر عضله دارن.
Being big and adding more size, it doesn't matter for bodybuilding, and being adding more fiber and more definition is the one who define who's going to be the champion.
خیلی ها کارشناسی کردن ولی نظر داوری تو کارشناسی خیلی فرق.
Many people, many experts, they put their opinion, but that doesn't matter for me because the judge's opinion is matter for me.
I got a follow-up.
Thank you, Hadi.
Bob.
Evans like myself say there's no camaraderie among these guys anymore. And they point to times in the past, like the pumping iron era, where there was like a dozen pros in the whole world. They all trained at the same gym. So, of course, there's going to be a lot more closer community. We're all over the world, scattered all over the place now. We saw something cool a few weeks ago. There were Evogen videos on Hani's channel where yourself and Hadi Chupan were training together. And a lot of people wouldn't understand how you guys can't have animosity toward each other, where you're trying to beat each other. You want the title. He wants to keep you from winning the title. But in those videos, you could see the mutual respect, admiration.
I mean, that's part of what I fell in love with, what I was saying earlier about how passionate and how much love I have for bodybuilding, being in the gym and training, is to show up with other guys, other buddies, training partners that are equally passionate as you, whether they're an IFBB pro, Olympian or not. That's, like I said, part of what I fell in love with. So there absolutely is camaraderie in this sport, but at the same time, I'm not going to shy away and say, I'm here to make history this year. I've been on a mission all year to be the first two-division Olympia champion here at the Mr. Olympia. I won the 212 a couple years ago. Now I'm in the Open, and I want to be the first two-division Olympia champion and the number 18 Mr. Olympia. So, yeah, there absolutely is good camaraderie. I respect the champion, Hadi Chupan. You know, he's a phenomenal bodybuilder, great champion, well-respected around the world, especially in his country. And he's bringing the best out of all of us amongst the rest of the competitors. So it's also what I love, too, is instead of looking at the competition as this, I look at it as more or less your competition is holding you accountable for you to be your best. So if you're wanting to slack one day, you're not wanting to go to the gym, then you think about your competition, well, they're going to go to the gym. They're going to do it. They're Olympians. They're the best in the world. So it gives you that extra oomph to get up and do the work.
All right.
I guess we're going to have to ask the audience, who is going to win this Sandow title? I mean, Derek, you were talking about something earlier. You know, I respect how you carry yourself, but at some point in time, I really feel like you have to go to a dark place, use that fuel, let people know who the hell you are. Are you willing to do that on this stage? Because I can speak clearly about this in front of all these people here. When I used to win this show, Jim Mannion, Steve Weinberger, all these guys, they call these shots. The people that have won, they had to earn it. They had to take it. It ain't always nice. Sugar Shane Mosley was nice. Floyd Mayweather was ruthless. You got to be almost, and I'm just going to say it, excuse my language, you almost got to be a fucking asshole at some point in time Because you're preventing someone from being immortalized in history, to having their name on that, to having $400,000 on that, that goes toward your family and your legacy and all that good stuff. So it ain't always gonna be nice. So my question is, are you willing to not have to be nice while you are competing if that is required? It doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, like, you got to go out there and push people and do all this other stuff, but if it has to go there where a champion really needs to remind people, are you willing to do that, and what does that even feel like for you?
Very well said, Phil. And let me say this. You don't have to be nice, but we will be fair. And Steve Weinberger and Tyler Mannion and Sandy Williamson, they will give these athletes every opportunity that they can to showcase their physiques, to be compared fairly. And unlike the world right now, which has gone crazy with people picking sides and all this political climate, bodybuilding has never had any of that. They're looking at physiques on stage. They don't care what kind of following you got. They don't care where you're from. We've had champions from overseas. We've had champions from right here in our own backyard. These judges will put these athletes through the paces, and they will have to earn the title of Olympia champion. Folks, I want to thank our celebrity panel for coming out here today. Ron Harris, Linda Murray, Phil Heath, Sugar Sean.